So guys, we're going to start right off with unboxing this, my favourite part. I've never done an unboxing video now, I must say, but hopefully you'll like this one. I think we can all take a good guess how this gun will actually perform. So, let me see. Oh my god, there's a lot of goodies in here. Check this out guys. A lot of goodies. Now, this bit, really good guys. It comes with its own carry case. Now, as you know, like for 135 quid starting, it's a very cheap gun started, and this is a fully upgraded gun as well, so that's very cheap. Didn't pay anything in customs, interesting enough. He put on priority shipping, so this thing came right through to me, no problem at all. So let's see what we've got inside. Go a bit closer for this. Okay, so we got the gun nicely packaged. Very nice packaging inside in the case. That's pretty good. Oh my god, this thing is heavy guys. This is a really heavy gun. So I got this a few days ago and I've heard good things about it, but I'm here to find out for myself. Now, I've always wanted a CO2 gun, because in the cold weather here in Ireland, when you get down to like -5 degrees in the winter, my wee G18 green gas gun just isn't cutting it. So without further ado, here's the Novritsch SSP-1. Now, I actually got a case that was a little bit broke there. It's missing a pin, so that backside here doesn't quite sit down, so that's not a good start, but anyway. So this is what we got gun wise. So as you can see, I've got two mags and they're both the CO2 mags. So with these CO2 mags, I've got my Allen key as standard. Now it looks like these are covered with a little recess, so they have to be pushed and slid to be opened. So as you can see, not too bad. So I've just got these two mags. So as you know, the gun is actually quite cheap. It's €135. Now that includes premium shipping. So that's very good. And interestingly enough, I've seen on other YouTube channels people reviewing this, and it seems to be croning around 1.2 joules. So we'll find out later on what we get on this. Now generally bringing this into Ireland, customs would want proof that it's 1 joule, and I would usually just send them my order. So the gun states on the site that these CO2 mags are 1 joule and the green gas ones are 0.8 of a joule. Now if this thing is shooting hot like I suspect, I'll actually have to do some modifications to this gun, and that would probably involve me tapping in here and possibly drilling a tiny pinhole in the cylinder, which will vent some gas. It's easy to do, but bear in mind, if you do this, there's no fixing it without putting in a new cylinder again. So let's just look at the gun. So as you can see, the build quality looks very nice. It's powder coated. This gun, the first thing you realise is it is quite heavy. It's actually a very heavy gun, but it looks to be really well made. Again, lovely fluted barrel here, as you can see. Nice design, similar to its SSG-24. But the gun seems quite nice now. This is, as you can see, there's a serious recoil off this gun when it's fired. So yeah. So I've noticed that actually on the first shot sometimes it can behave a little dead and then it starts to come back to life. So as you can see, this gun is really nice. So as you can see, all the markings this side look quite nice, but the interesting thing is on the far side you've got nothing really. You've actually got no real markings there, as you can see. So it's got some nice markings there with 45 ACP, so kind of real steel markings. But on the back, this side, we're really lacking some detail. So the gun in general looks quite nice. Feels nice, feels very heavy. One thing to note is that this gun is actually, due to its recoil, it's actually quite hard to shoot follow-up shots. I'm used to my wee G18, which has only kind of a medium recoil, but this thing seems to recoil pretty much like a real steel gun, but very violent recoil. Now, I actually got this Swiss Arms Kydex holder, which is very nice, so it fits. It's adaptable to most guns, and luckily enough, it fits this gun lovely. So pop and press release. So it works very good with that, so it's good to know that that actually works very well with the gun. Now the only problem is, as you know, if you have your accessories, which Novritsch kindly provided in the box that he sent this gun in. So this came in the actual box that you saw me open earlier. So as you know, you can get green gas or CO2 mags, the tracer unit with adapter, raised rail and red dot sight, or the torch. You can also get a flared mag well if you really wish. But yeah, some nice advertising there for my Novritsch, trying to get you to buy more as usual. So in general, I fire this gun outside and it shoots extremely far. Like, this gun does shoot further than my SSG, but that's probably because I suspect it's going to chrono hotter. It's going to chrono hot in Ireland. The rule in Ireland for guns is 1 joule for everything. That includes snipers. So that's why in my channel, when I'm sniping, I've got total disadvantage against people with AEGs. But anyway, this gun, I'd say you could put a scope on this and outrange most people. I've just fired a couple of shots. The chrono seems to be set really nice for .25s. .2s are definitely too light in this gun, but it seems to fire them out at nice range. So I'd be interested later on to see how this gun does on the actual 10-meter range, indoor range. Now I'll be doing that with a laser, and the reason I'll be putting a laser on it, as I'll explain later, is just to show where I'm aiming when I pull the trigger every time. So I'm not worried about grouping so much, but I want to show that the gun will actually put rounds where it's being aimed. So let's go over to that and see how this gun performs. This is just to show you that our laser dot is lined up perfectly with my sights before my accuracy test. As you can see, that is perfectly zeroed to the iron sights for our accuracy test. Alright, so we're going to start this accuracy test off. So as you may know, I'm using a laser here on the Novritsch SSP-1. This is to kind of rule out what my inaccuracies are. You see a lot of YouTubers just aiming and shooting, but you can't tell whether they're actually aiming at the target properly. So despite my grouping, you should be able to see the follow-up shot and where the hole is on the paper from the exit. Now I've roughly sighted this up, but I'm going to try to aim for the center of that target for each shot, and we'll see how the gun groups naturally. Alright, let's see what we can do here, alright? Steady, believe it or not, isn't that easy, but essentially all I'm doing here is going to aim at the shot, center of the sheet, and squeeze the trigger off. Okay, so just a little low, so let's bring it back on center. A little high. Same as first one. Okay. Look at that for recoil. It actually shook the batteries out of my laser unit. Then give me a second, I'll fix that. Laser unit back in and going. That's crazy. This gun really does kick hard. So, aiming back on the center of the target as best we can. Squeezing the trigger. Very high. Okay, that's it. So I'd call that fairly sporadic actually, and it could be to do with the violent recoil off this gun. As you can see, most of those shots were pretty much aimed in or around the centre ring at the time of pulling the trigger. So all in all, that is a 50 pence down there, so it is about fist size, as I'll now show you. Your grouping. As you can see, it's about the size of my fist. Still, we had 2 flyers. These are pretty good in general, but we had 2 flyers. Okay, so now we're going to do the chrono test. So for this I'm using Dominator 0.25 gram BBs as a chronograph set to 0.25 grams. I'm going to be firing 10 shots through it to see what the average FPS. Now I have heard that this gun shoots hot, so let's find out. Being in Ireland, we definitely need 1 joule, so let's see what we get. Okay, so yep, just what I've seen before. That's 1.29 with 0.25. So this gun is definitely, now that's 1.35, 1.2. So this gun is definitely shooting hot. Now, yeah, as you can see again, this thing is definitely shooting very hot. Now we're maintaining the 1.2 joules. Now we're starting to drop down to 1.1. And we're starting to come back down to more acceptable levels. Now we're just above the 1 joule. Again, we went back up. So look, that was 10 shots, and as you can see, the gun is definitely hot. Now, I'm going to actually mod this gun, and the way I'm going to be doing that is I'm going to be actually drilling a very tiny hole in this to vent some gas. Now, this is a very delicate procedure to do, and I am using CO2 mags in this. Now, they do say if you use the green gas mags that it's 0.8 of a joule, but with the CO2 mags it is advertised as 1 joule. As you can see, it's clearly 1.2 joules, and I've seen that on a lot of other channels also. So guys, as you've seen from the test I carried out earlier, chronoing, the gun does seem to shoot at 1.2 joules, even close to 1.27 joules at times. So I will definitely be carrying out that modification of drilling 1 to 2 small pinprick holes in this gas block to bring that back down to the 1 joule limit so I can play safely in Ireland. Now, it is September too, so temperatures etc. are getting kind of cold. I've tried the gun outside and it holds that 1.2 joules very well, very well. So I will definitely have to actually drill that to bring it back down to Irish regulation. In all the accuracy tests I've seen a lot better. It is at 10 meters, it's fist size. Now we had 2 flyers, all other shots were in the biggest ring, so that's not too bad anyway. As I said, follow-up shots with this gun are quite difficult. It seems to kick like an absolute mule. Even in the video you saw there, that when I was firing shots, it actually shook the housing of the laser open and the actual batteries fell out. So that's something that's never happened before. So look, this gun looks good, but the true test will be when I bring it out and see how does it outperform my wee G18. Unfortunately, I will be missing the full auto, but you know, full auto is very hard to control on a G18 handgun. So thanks for watching, and I hope you like this review. Shut up, Neil.
Hey guys, it's Foxy here.
Like, it's so hard to fucking make it do right.
Hey,
Wish,
Foxy
Neve.
here.
Gobshite. You're a gobshite, Neve.